Right now, I just want to talk quickly about sports and the NFL. I know a lot of you guys are fans. I'm a fan in some ways, but definitely not as big a fan as I used to be back in the day. And it's not just because my Cowboys are sucking, but the NFL, along with the NBA and even Major League Baseball to a certain degree, and other sports, have just become a little too preachy, right? I mean, there was a time, believe it or not, there was a time in sports where you can just sit and enjoy the game. You did not have to worry about politics. You did not have to worry about what was else was going on in the world. You could just sit there and enjoy your football game or your baseball game or your basketball game or your soccer match, right? You weren't reminded or distracted about all the ills of the world, right? It's kind of like when you used to go to the movies. This is also the same reason I stopped going to movies, right? There was a time where you could go to a movie and you can just sit there with your buttered popcorn and your goobers and your jujubes and just enjoy the movie, eat your food, and just engage and indulge in that escapism, right? Going off into another world of this hero and taking the hero's journey and going, wow, that's awesome. I can imagine myself doing that, and just take a break from reality. That's what sports was, taking a break from reality. Whereas now, thanks to wokeness, it has injected itself into areas that it doesn't even belong, right? That nobody wants to see it. It just injects itself in there. And I hold the people in power, the people that be, responsible for that. But you know what? Me as a consumer, I don't need to pay for that anymore. It's like, okay, fine. This is your entity. This is your creation. This is your product. You can do what you want. But I can choose as a consumer in a free market capitalist environment not to participate. And I choose not to participate or to severely limit my participation in that activity. Like, for example, when it comes to movies, I told you guys I stopped going to movies for over a decade. I refused to go to the theater. I never saw the new Star Wars, Disney movies. I did not watch any of those outside of the trailer to laugh my ass off at all the dumbasses who were paying for this indoctrination. Like, who was her name? I don't even know her name really. The Jedi Rey, who like got her superpowers like that. She didn't have to train like Luke did for her Jedi power. She just got him because she's a woman. I just get that, So yeah, I didn't participate. I didn't throw my dollars towards that. I don't even throw my time and effort toward it. I mean, there's some like bootlegs and free versions of it, I'm sure, on YouTube. I don't even care. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to waste a second of my day on that stuff. As a consumer, I don't want to participate in it because I don't want to be lectured to. Just like the NFL, I don't want to be lectured to. This is why I don't go to games anymore. Because back in the day, like, you could just look in the end zone and it would have the team's logo in the end zone or the other team's logo in the end zone. You didn't see this big logo that says it takes all of us to end racism. It's like, what are you trying to tell me? I'm a racist here? We're all here at this sporting event. 80,000 people are here to watch athletes from, like, that are mostly like either white or black, right? I mean, those are like the two main races in the NFL. Like, you're either white or black over there. I don't see a bunch of like Filipinos down there. I don't see a bunch of Chinese people down there. So yeah, where's that racism? But regardless, it's like, why is that message in the end zone? Why do I need to see that? Why do I need to be lectured to during the football game where both races are represented, at least the main ones that I'm talking about, right? Where they constantly say, oh, it's racism. It would be different, like, it's not like they make it sound like we're going to a KKK meeting or something like that, right? It takes all of us. But again, and that's just one small thing that's off the top of my head that I see in the end zone. I'm like, what? Why are you putting this message out there? It's like, oh, it has to be constant. It's like, no, there are times where we just need to not even think about it and just enjoy the game together, right? And there are people of all races at the game, right? They make it sound like it's only one race at the game. Like, no, if you want to see a a true diversity event, go to a football game, a professional football game, or a basketball game or something. You're going to see every race there wanting to just enjoy the game. So what are you talking about? Why are you calling us a bunch of racists when we're all here watching, and participating with practically every nationality you could think of are at these games? So what message is that sending? But it's things like that I've just had enough of. I don't like being lectured to. I don't like being told what to do, right? And if I want to do these things, I want to do it because I want to do it. And the more you try to preach at people and lecture to them, the more they go against that. The more they become anti that, right? And that's why we're having this problem now. I think it's Morgan Freeman said it best. It was like, he was being interviewed by, of course, some mainstream puppet on the legacy media that said something like, how do we end racism, Morgan Freeman? And he said something brilliant. He said, stop talking about it. If you stop looking at me like a black man, I'll stop looking at you like a white man. And we just look at each other as people. It's like, that's how you end racism. And I'm like, that's brilliant. Why can't we do that? Why can't we just enjoy a football game where there's not this constant preaching and lecturing? Or injecting. I mean, the last time too, getting beyond the whole racing, the NFL once ran an ad just a couple of years ago or something for celebrating Pride Month and going, gay people like football too. Great. Why do we care? Okay, I'm not, when you go to these football games, are you looking around going, who's a gay person here? Let's make them feel more welcome. No, you just want to enjoy the game, man. So this is a big reason why Trump was elected. This is why there's this huge populist movement going on right now. People are tired of the lecturing. People are tired of the wokeness. People are tired of being told they're bad people. People are tired of the virtue signaling and the standing on your soapbox. I'm a better person than you. People are sick of it. People just want to enjoy their lives. People just want peace. People just want to be left alone, right? And that's why you see the tide shifting right now to the other side. And when it comes to sports, especially the NFL, that's why I just choose not to put my dollars towards it. Just like the movies, right? And all the brainwashing and the propaganda in movies these days, right? It's just, I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want it slipped into my movie, my escapist time to escape reality. I don't want it being snuck in there. I've always equated it to you going to just want to enjoy a sandwich or something, or enjoy a slice of pizza, and then the cook wants to put anchovies on it or something that you're allergic to on it. Why? Yeah, that's not what I want. I just want the pizza, right? I don't want you to put anything on it. I don't want you to put any snots on it or anything. Just give me my pizza, right? So it's the same thing with movies and the NFL that they're doing, and sports. I mean, the NBA has lost I think it was 13 over, 30%. It was something astronomical. I just saw the NBA has lost 30% of its audience or something like that because people are tired of the same thing, the messaging, the constant ideologues pushing their ideological political beliefs onto you when you just want to watch these guys dunk and shoot baskets. Right. And same with the NFL. I used to love watching the Cowboys play. Now I could care less. Right. It also has something to do with Dak Prescott being our quarterback. And I never thought Jerry should ever have given him that contract. I was against it even as far back as 2020. I can remember when the pandemic was happening and that fool bet on himself and he got injured that season because he was betting on himself. I'm worth it. Let me show you, Jerry. And he bet on himself and he got injured. He had a bad ankle injury in 2020. He hasn't been the same since, by the way, but he had a bad ankle injury in 2020. That's when I was like, Jerry, be a businessman and cut this guy, and let's go out into the draft and get ourselves a first-round quarterback. None of these third-round, sixth-round, third stringers that you find on the bench. No, let's just go get ourselves a first-round freaking quarterback, for Pete's sakes. He could have got Mahomes, man. I mean, he could have got any of these other guys. He could have traded for Brady at that time. He didn't do any of that. He stuck with Dak. He was like, I'm just gonna give him all this money because he's being called a racist. Really? So yeah, now we're stuck with this dude for another 4 years. He just gave him another fat payday and he's not even playing right now. He's on the bench. and Cooper Rush is in there. So yeah, stuff like that I've just had enough of. I think it's harder for us if we're Cowboys fans. We're just tired of seeing this. Should never fire Jimmy Johnson. We're just tired. Even Jimmy Johnson said I would never give Dak that contract. So yeah, it's just not the same anymore. It's not as fun anymore. There's always going to be diehard fans who watch it. Good for you, but I as a consumer, I choose not to invest my dollars there anymore, or my eyeballs. I will watch the highlights every now and then because I'm a guy and I do miss watching sports. So I will watch the highlights, or if I happen to be at a Chili's sports bar or something like that, I will watch the game while I'm there having my bottomless chips and salsa. Sure, I will watch the game, but I am not going to go out of my way to put on my jersey and go to the game, buy tickets, fly out to Dallas like I've done in the past. I'm not doing that anymore, especially with the moves that Jerry Jones is making. I ain't doing that no more. Get yourself a new quarterback. So, yeah, and the constant beyond the constant messaging in the sidelines, and the gay pride events that and I'm from San Francisco, so don't talk to me about like homophobia. I mean, I grew up there, so I get it. But why are you creating a commercial for this when it comes to football? Yeah, right. I mean, sure, there's some gay people like football, but why do I care, right? I just want to see my team play. I just want to see my team win. I don't care what somebody is doing in the bedroom. I don't care. It's just things like that, right? But it's injected itself in every aspect of our lives where we can no longer escape. So I just choose not to participate because that's my form of escape. I don't participate, and I just focus on my content, my business, my dogs, and do my own thing, right? And I find not only do I save a ton of money, but I find other things to do. Right? I find other places to travel to, other ways to fill up my time, more productive too than watching sports. Right? So yeah, that's why I stopped supporting the NFL. I stopped watching the games, and it's not just me, but the numbers show a whole lot of people are ditching professional sports, especially the NBA. Right? A lot of people are over it. They're tired of it. Watching these woke sportscasters talk about it and then inject their politics into it when you just want to hear about the game. The female referees, oh my gosh. God, there's so much to cover here. Have you guys noticed these female referees lately that are out there? Why are there female referees out there? What are you doing? What are you doing, man? Why? It was bad enough when all these female sportscasters came out of nowhere, and I really love Jason Whitlock's takes on the latest trend of female sportscasters on ESPN. He just says that none of them know what they're talking about. They don't even know sports. They're just there for their looks. They're just there for the dog and pony show, which I agree with. A lot of them have no clue what they're talking about, and I am like, can't we just have like men's space? That's fine, right? And women have their space. Can't we just like enjoy our little space without constantly having to have like women tell us about our favorite athletes? I don't know. But you guys let me know what you think. Do you watch sports as much as you used to back in the day? Do you find yourself buying the jerseys like you used to back in the day? Because I haven't bought a Cowboys jersey in decades. I still have my old Troy Aikman jersey. That's how long it's been. They lost me in the 2000s when, Jerry just has really wrecked that team, man. He is really wrecked. It almost seems to me like Jerry doesn't really want to win. He's doing everything to not win, but to keep making money, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's just astonishing the moves he's made with that team. It's frightening, man. It's frightening. But you don't need to be a Cowboys fan to not like the NFL anymore. But yeah, you let me know. Are you still buying jerseys? Because I remember back in the day, like especially during football season, you'd constantly see people wearing their jerseys, right? You don't really see that much anymore. You don't really see that much. Maybe in Kansas City, right? Because they keep winning Super Bowls, but you don't really see it that much anymore. Right? It's just not a big thing anymore, right? It's kind of like celebrity culture. Like nobody really cares about these celebrities anymore, right? Because we see them for what they are, and they're the same way. They injected their politics into their jobs, and people got turned off. So yeah, let me know. What do you guys think of sports these days? Do you still watch it like you used to? Do you still buy the jerseys like you used to? Do you still buy tickets to the games like you used to? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. I will say, not to sound hypocritical, I am guilty of going to Dodgers games because I usually get pretty good seats, like right by the third base, right by the field, lower dugout on third base. I get good seats. It's not far away from where I live, and I love the hot dogs there at Dodger Stadium. I love the nachos, and I love that stadium. It's like one of the last old school standing stadiums left, the Dodger Stadium, because even Candlestick, in San Francisco where I grew up, that's gone, right? They're now playing downtown by the Bay Bridge. And so yeah, Dodger Stadium, I do enjoy going to those games. And even though they did have a pride like a few years ago, but they got a lot of backlash, and then they tried to host like a Catholic night. I'm like, just focus on baseball, please. Just don't worry about that. Just focus on baseball. But yeah, it's happening everywhere, and those are my thoughts on that. So drop your comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.
And with that said, I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up here. So until next time, this is Matt Cross from AlphaMaleSecrets, signing out from my garage here with my DeLorean. No bookshelves yet, guys. No bookshelves. But I'm gonna sign out here. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Obviously, helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. I need your help to help me promote this stuff by subscribing to my channel. Okay, it's free, doesn't cost anything. Hit that subscribe button, baby. Do it. Do it now, son. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content, specifically for men, even further, the best way to do that is by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets channel, which I am hosting on a private platform away from YouTube, and that is to protect my content from YouTube in the event they shut us down one day, which they might, right? But if you're one of my premium subscribers on my premium AlphaMaleSecrets channel, you will always have access to all of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets content. And right now, it's only $1 for the entire first month of premium Alpha Male content from me. So take advantage of it, okay? Take advantage of it. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.